If you're a Samoan man named Joe, there's a greater than a 33 1/3 chance that right now you're the world champion. And I'm not talking about Roman. So walk away from somebody jumping off the top rope. Let's get smartened up on Samoa Joe. Welcome to Suplex. Born Nufalau Joel Sinoa, and if I mispronounced that, be kind to me in the comments. I was educated in Kentucky. Joel was born in Orange County, California, and now that I think about it, I think the show The OC would have been a lot more drama-filled if there was a possibility that Adam Brody could have been hit with a muscle buster at any time. In Joe's life before wrestling, he was a standout athlete as a child. California State Judo champion, all-league high school football honors, and that credit probably goes to his footwork. See, his family started a Polynesian dance troupe in the 50s, and Joe was a performer with them. So much so that he even performed with the troupe at the 1984 Summer Olympics. And that was the one where the Schultz brothers in wrestling, they were the two brothers who won gold in their respective weight classes. The movie Foxcatcher is about them. I think Channing Tatum and Steve Carell in it. It's a real sad movie about wrestling. So if you're into the Iron Claw, there's another sad movie about wrestling for you. Joe made his wrestling debut in December of 1999. That following year, Joe was voted Southern California's Rookie of the Year in pro wrestling. At the time, Joe was wrestling for a promotion called Ultimate Pro Wrestling. Shout out to all my history buffs out there who said, is that the same UPW where young John Cena wrestled? Yeah, it was. Here's a picture of them. And the two had a feud, but I can't find any footage of it anywhere. If somebody has the hookup on that, please let me know. Joe did what every indie wrestler in the 2000s did. He went to Ring of Honor. Bursting onto the scene in ROH in 2002, known for his physicality and unique wrestling style, Joe quickly became a fan favorite. His classic encounters with the likes of CM Punk, AJ Styles elevated him to the top of the ROH mountain, leading to his historic 21-month reign as ROH champion. If I had a nickel for every Samoan man named Joe with a historic wrestling title reign, I'd have 2 nickels. Obviously, not a lot of nickels, but it is weird that it happened twice. But Joe's time in ROH wasn't just about his championships or his long reigns. It was about redefining what it meant to be a dominant force in the ring. His matches against CM Punk, those Joe versus Punk matches, his encounters with other top stars showcased his intensity and skill. But the journey for Joe did not end there. In 2005, Samoa Joe decided it was time to make an impact in another promotion called Total Nonstop Action. Joe was ready to bring his hard-hitting style to a larger audience. His arrival marked the beginning of a new era. Joe quickly climbed the ranks of TNA, ultimately capturing the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, where Joe was so confident in his abilities, he put his career on the line. When he wasn't being body shamed by Scott Steiner, Samoa Joe was racking up a list of accomplishments in TNA. That list is so long, I can barely say them all in one breath. TNA Television Champion 1 time, World Heavyweight Champion 1 time, World Tag Team Champion 2 time, TNA X Division Champion 5 time, King of the Mountain 2008, Maximum Impact Tournament 2011, TNA X Division Championship Tournament 2014, Super X Cup 2005, Feaster Fired 2009, World Heavyweight Champion Contract, TNA Turkey Bowl Gauntlet for the Gold 2007, Wildcard Tournament, TNA Grand Slam Championship, TNA Triple Crown Championship, End of the Year Awards where he's voted Mr. TNA 2006 and 2007, X Division Star of the Year, Feud of the Year 2006 2007 with Kurt Angle, Finisher of the Year, the Muscle Buster of 2007. We're an all 50 type of show, yeah. I'd be remiss if I didn't take a second to mention the 2005 pay-per-view Unbreakable for TNA. I can't stress to you how good this Joe match is. It's a 3-way match with Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels. After this video, we've linked that video in our description. Go and watch it. If you need any more convincing, Will Ospreay said it's his favorite match of all time, and it's one of TNA's only 5-star matches. But all good things have to come to an end, and in 2015, Samoa Joe shocked the wrestling world. For the first time in almost a decade, he'd be leaving TNA. And where was he headed? Nowhere else but WWE. He started in NXT, and his arrival in NXT was a game changer. He wasted no time in making an impact. Joe's dominance in NXT culminated in him becoming the NXT champion, solidifying his status as a force to be reckoned with in all of pro wrestling. From his battles with Finn Balor to his unforgettable rivalry with Shinsuke Nakamura, Joe's time at NXT showcased his versatility and his ability to adapt to different wrestling styles. His intensity and no-nonsense attitude resonated with fans, earning him a well-deserved spot on WWE's main roster. Transitioning to the main roster, Samoa Joe continued to make waves. His feud with Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and AJ Styles once again showcased his ability to go toe-to-toe with the best in the business. Joe's mic skills and in-ring presence made him a standout. Joe's time in WWE, while it was good, was kind of start-stop. Joe had a few injuries which actually kept him off television for a little bit. Joe was actually, I think, fired twice, released twice. Joe wasn't long without a home. A new startup promotion a few years ago called AEW had arrived, and guess what? Joe had a new home. Now Joe is their world champion. And when he's not ragdolling Taz's son into a commentary table,
he's a big gamer. And if that's not apparent from his interviews, he's literally Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal. That's right, Samoa Joe is the physical actor on screen. The voice is actually done by Will Arnett. Not just Twisted Metal for video game franchises, but Suicide Squad. He voices King Shark in the new Suicide Squad game. I think that actually just released today. If someone's playing it, let me know in the comments how it is.
Showing the extent of how brutal pro wrestling can be with having all the swagger and confidence that Joe has shown throughout his entire career. I, for one, have always been a Samoa Joe fan and will continue to be a Samoa Joe fan until he's done with pro wrestling, and I hope that's no time soon. I'd like to thank you for taking the time here with me to learn a little bit about the current AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Samoa Joe. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing to our channel. We're trying to grow this year in 2024. If there's someone you'd like to get smartened up on, let me know in the comments below. I look forward to seeing you next time. And remember, pro wrestling is predetermined. Your life isn't. Go do something great today.